Good afternoon. Welcome to ETF.com Live, the video edition. My name is Dave Nottig, Managing Director here at ETF.com. Another great question today. This one was, if you were going to ask your financial advisor one question before you hired them, what would that question be? And I took a little bit of a cop-out answer. I think there are a lot of different questions that are important to know about the person you're going to be entrusting with your assets. I actually think the most important thing is to listen. That's my first response here. I think advisors should be asking great questions more than spouting off about how great they are about what they do. They should be in the process of interviewing you as a client to make sure it's a good fit. You should be getting questions about your risk tolerance, your goals in life, your work situation, your family situation, things that you like to donate to for charity. Now, there are some, I think, baseline questions that you should probably wade into any one of these conversations ready to ask and knowing what answers you want to hear. Are you a fiduciary? A fiduciary is somebody who has to take your situation into account. They have to act in your best interest. Not every financial advisor is. And if they're not a fiduciary, well, they can be compromised. They might be working really for the behest of a particular product manufacturer or a particular house account that they want to push a particular agenda. So it's important to ask that question right up front. And if somebody's not a fiduciary, you need to understand what will that mean in terms of the kind of products they put you in terms of how they're compensated. That's the second question. How is this advisor going to get paid? It's very common for that to be a percentage of assets, maybe 25 or 35 or 45 basis points on the assets you have invested with them. Increasingly, though, we're seeing more advisors go to more of an hourly or retainer model, much more like you'd hire a lawyer or a CPA. And when you think about it, that makes a fair amount of sense, right? If you're a fairly easy customer, you're just going to hand them a bunch of money to manage. You're going to check in every quarter. Should you really be paying the same fee as somebody who's going to be working with them a lot to solve trust issues, to solve, particularly thorny financial planning problems about getting kids through college, things like that. So, not all clients are the same. Maybe they shouldn't all be paying the same. And of course, I think some level of basic due diligence, what kind of investments do they put their clients in? What are their qualifications, right? There's a huge variety in qualifications for financial advisors. There's CFPs, there's CFAs, there's SEMA and IMCA. There's all sorts of certified public accountants. A lot of financial advisors are lawyers, or they come from a sales background and maybe they have a Series 7 license or something like that. Sometimes they're selling insurance products too. All of those things are good to get out. But I think the most important thing really is what questions that financial advisor is going to ask you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.